So ultimately I just want to see
What's your screen before?
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's now Tuesday evening, so I thought again would give some more of Captain of Industry. Before we do that though, I just thought it'd be worthwhile to run through what is Captain of Industry. I realise that this is perhaps a little late on, however I'm conscious that some of you may be tuning in for the first time, so again just a bit of a run through around what it is, what to expect and where to get it from. So I currently operate this via Steam, and at the minute it's on a 20% discount, so you can pick it up for $19.99. Unfortunately it is only available on Windows as opposed to Mac or any other software, console, that sort of thing. But as I say, you can pick it up for that price, so it's a slight discount until the 19th of April. So head over to Steam and pick that up. So fundamentally it is an early access game, so it's obviously still very much in motion, and therefore we've currently got update 2, which was released just under a week ago, and that was last Friday, so at the time of recording approximately 4 or 5 days depending on whereabouts you were in the world. So just running through what update 2 actually entails then. There's fundamentally a few bits and bobs. So if you've never played the game before, it's all about setting up and building your industry of various differences, just to say the least. Similar games to sort of Automation and Factorio, more of a 3D open world element if you like. You have basically landed on an island with next to nothing, and you have to recycle the very basic and limited bits and bobs that are on the game, and ultimately set up an empire to be self-sufficient throughout the island. So if we go through the contents of update 2, and I'll just pop that on the screen. I appreciate you might not be able to see it on the chat screen. So let's have a look. If I jump in and swap screens over, then we'll go through this bit just here. So going through the Captain of Industry, ultimately it's now fundamentally a community hub element. So we've got an extra 30 minutes of new music, a new map editor function, as well as a new map, Armageddon, which as you guessed it, is probably a bit of a crater in the middle of a map. All existing maps were revamped and improved. We've also got the introduction of hydrogen vehicles. The big player in this one now is conveyor lifts, and again we did touch on that a couple of episodes ago. Stackable balancers, custom surface decals, improved difficulties and runtime changes, as well as the introduction, I believe, of the loans. And again, this is one that I didn't realise until earlier today actually, that we've now got ore sorting plants. So I've not used those as yet, so that'll be really interesting to see how that all works. We've got as well new modelling of the mountains and textures. Again, that was sort of demonstrated a couple of episodes back in episode 5, so check that one out. Armageddon, this is the map that I've just referred to with the big crater in the middle of it. So again, bit of an extra difficulty there because I think you start on a small edge of the map. And when I say start, obviously you've got access to all areas, however without the appropriate mining equipment you won't be able to move forward. So again, this touches base, but what I did want to show you is moving down here. But again, loans, you've also got the facility to set up loans, which you didn't have previously, so that will help get out of the so-called death spiral. You can obviously trade things as ever. There will be some sort of interest element, I suppose, so you won't just be getting like for like, i.e. if you gave 660 diesel, you would then probably have to, you know, return 700 as opposed to the original 660, if that is making any sense. Difficulties, you've also got the choice of setting up between sailor, captain and admiral that you had in the previous versions. However, this time round you also get to tailor pick a bespoke difficulty, if you like, and they can also be managed in game. There is a bit of a caveat with all that, and that is that if you change settings you have to wait a minimum of 10 years in game before you can change them back, so obviously that just avoids the whole cheating element. So this is what I wanted to show you, and this is the infamous ore sorting plant. So perhaps we could take a look at that shortly once we jump into the game to see how that works, because as I say, I've not really looked at this in a great deal, and I think perhaps it's something we should look at because it's new to update 2. Again, we mentioned the custom services decals and the benefits of implementing those, and also the costings. New trees within the game, again good to see, as opposed to the basic tree, which I think was this sort of looking tree. And again, I think this is also a fundamental update. That fire and smoke graphic just looks, for me, absolutely phenomenal. So as I say, you can read all this in much detail over on Steam if you fancy picking it up. What I will say though is, just as we're about to jump into the game, we can have a bit of a recap. But again, if you'd be so kind as to like, subscribe and follow if you're on Twitch, that would help me out massively. Doesn't mean a lot to you, but again it does to me, so if you can, please hit those buttons, follow, like and subscribe, and we'll give you more as we go through. Right then, so if we go over to where we were yesterday, when we started yesterday's stream, I did want to set up the glass production, but despite streaming for the best part of an hour and a half, That didn't quite happen, sadly. So again, hopefully that will be the case today, and then we can get that up and running, just so we can start on that infamous vehicle 2 production, manufacturing, whatever you want to call it. So recap from yesterday, we upgraded our research hubs, and we also implemented recyclables, as well as it was over here, wasn't it? We set up our acid production / sour water stripper. So what I was thinking about earlier on, which is going to be a massive pain, is our iron supply is going to need somewhat of a bit of a boost. And I do this every time with my stream, sadly, is I get carried away with setting up the production facilities, then I put on the construction parts, and before you know it, everything's just bunched together, and then we end up in a situation like this where I need to perhaps insert some bits and bobs at this level, and I can't do it because I've put this here. So what are we going to do, you may say? So I think ultimately I'm going to look at planning a bit of a better system. We can duplicate most of it because it is going to work, but in order to do so, we're going to need to find some space. So how are we going to do that? So I think we could perhaps leave everything as such like this. We can extend the slag. We can perhaps relocate the air separator, and then we can do our little alterations as we go through. Our cement facility is handy to have here, but again we're just going to need some more space, so perhaps we could look at, if we put the overlays on, we could potentially then look at redeploying our cement works on that mound up there. That's always a potential. We've got to be mindful around the water supply which is in this vicinity here, because we will need that moving forward. So because our construction parts are completely out, but that's presumably going to be because we've got no iron, but we can fix that surely. One thing we did need to look at just before we ended the stream yesterday was the maintenance. We was completely out. Again, vehicles will start breaking down shortly, so we need to stay on top of that, and that's something that we will have to look at almost instantaneously. So from looking at this, we already set up the Unity yesterday, so let's just unpause that and get things rocking and rolling. So this is what I'm saying in terms of once we've got our glass making facility up and running, we'll be able to invest in bigger excavators which will load these trucks much quicker and get the contents across the map much faster. That's half of our issue at the moment. We're constantly waiting for the trucks and the excavators to be loaded, which doesn't help. So 24 and 24. So I'm just doing the maths around loading this up, but that belt's handling that quite nicely. How much coal? 9. 2 lots of 18, so that should be fine. And we seem to be out of... What's going on there? turn auto import off there because we should be having acid delivered. Right, so low copper ore, yes, we're aware of. Mine can't do, that'd be why. We can extend that, but we're just going to have to extend the area somewhere like so. There we go. Those trucks and excavators will be en route. And that needs to happen like fairly pronto because we're going to be out of our copper very soon. Brill, so they are being taken over nicely to the research hub. What I would like to find is where we find this sorting machine. Let's see if we can see that. Exhaust filtration. Advanced smelter. Settlement recycling, that would be handy to have. Arc furnace, no, 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 no. Right, well, unless I've missed it, can't actually see it, so let's start all the way at the beginning and have a look, because I can't see it. None of those, none of those, no. Concrete production. Settlement water, no, 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 no. Settlement power. Greenhouse crusher. No. I'm assuming we've not already got it. No. Okay. We'll have to do some digging and update on that one. Right. So the maintenance is still very low, but the iron is being pumped into the mechanical parts. Right, okay. So that's consuming 12. This one consumes 48. So that is our 60. And that only makes 48. So that is a bit of a slight issue, isn't it? I think for the time being, let's just pause that belt, send everything we've got through to the maintenance. And again, it's not worth boosting because we don't have enough sufficient ore or certain metals, recycling ore, whatever you want to say, to start producing that. So until that changes, we can then consider at that point. Yes, we know low supply of rubber. That much we don't know. Right. So we make more water utilizing that recipe, but that will consume more diesel and remove the waste water. I suppose we could look at doing that. That will remove the need for the coal. And again, in the ideal route, that would have been better served over here. But it is what it is. Right, so what I could do is we could get a pipe from there, something like that, just so we can copy the burner and put the pipe on just like that. Again, until we've got a process set up for the ammonia, that will cause a bit of a backlog otherwise, so we'll keep it as so. Really do need to get that iron ore up pronto. So let's just increase another couple of trucks there. And again, we'll just backfill those with Gracians. So, come on then. So the copper ore is starting to fill up very nicely. Brilliant. And the recycling's still going on also. Good to see. Salt production is just about to be discovered. Or sorter. Nothing found. Interesting. So salt production. Let's have a look. Where did we say we was going to look at popping that? I think it was just here. So provisionally a terrain too low, right, bang. So how much did we need? I can't remember. Evaporation pond. That'll give us 45 seawater to 12 salts. But then obviously you get more if you have the brine element on. So, again, we're not going to fall foul of putting everything on top of each other this time. So we can set that one to the brine. We could put that like that, because then the brine will come into here. So that's plenty of capacity. In fact, so that's going to take 90. So what we can do is pipe to there. That will fill that. Now at this stage I'm not going to build and plumb this one, just because they're quite power consumption is quite high, as well as the worker requirement. So we can leave that like that. I'm just trying to work out. Yeah, so we will take that recipe just for this setup. So I'll have the pump in there, seawater giving us 12 salts. And then once we've got our thermal distillation set up, that will also give us extra water. I'm just going to cancel that. We can go on to glass making first, and then that. You don't lose it. Obviously, the progress is stored there. So So we might as well get this all underway. Ready for as and when our glass making is unlocked shortly. And again, the process there is that we need to get some sand, limestone and salt. But perhaps we can use this recipe here, which is sand, limestone, salt and acid, and that will give us a bit more glass mix. So the way that I play, as opposed to sort of getting it right from the beginning, which I know in theory is the correct thing to do. Erin, go. Give it, mummy. Give it, mummy. Yes, give it, mummy. Just give it, mummy. Mummy will do it. So yes, why we try and get everything right first time doesn't always happen, and that is why I try and get it down, see what the process is, to then refine it a bit later on. And again, we'll just go 3 speed on that one. So the maintenance now is being picked up quite nicely. Where is our maintenance? Just there. So if we drop that down, which in turn should slow down the amount of mechanical parts needed, which therefore should start to cause a backup over here, and then we can get the second conveyor belt on its way again. Not that we necessarily need it. Got plenty of lab parts. There we are, our mechanical parts there are building up ever so nicely. However, our iron ore is not, which is not good. Right, what are we waiting for? So those trucks we've just invested in still are going all over the map, which is not too great. Come on. So what's our consumption currently? 24 and 1236. Really do need to get that iron ore up because we need some construction parts on the go again. I am umming and ahhing whether we look to invest in another excavator, but the issue we've got, because we're looking at the second tier of vehicles now, I don't see much point at this stage. So we do need the vehicles to ASAP, but then also we need some construction parts. My thought is if we fill this up, which we're nearly there, that'll just need topping up, and then everything else can float through. But the sooner we get some copper ore and big stockpiles of it, the faster we can look to start getting the iron out there. Where is that one, is it? Yeah, so let's go minus that one, and then we can pop another one on there. Again, we're not going to have much sand, so we'll just set an alert on that if not already. Notify if 25%. There we go. Low food. We certainly don't want that. Oh, is that one little square over there? There's a few in fairness, but okay, rather annoying. And again, we're not going to be able to build that in any case because we don't have no construction parts, so lots of things to build, not enough time to build it in, sadly. Right, unpause that one. So hopefully that should start to churn out the various construction elements. Mm-hmm. But also just need to keep that nice and cheery over there. And hopefully the third excavator should allow us to do that. Let's just remove the tree harvester there. We'll get the tree harvester on those two. And then over there. There we are. Just in anticipation of starting to mine that area back a little bit more. Right, so we are earning plenty of Unity still, so for the time being what I'll do is just hit the food saver. That'll buy us a bit more time, but that will take one whole Unity point away, but that's fine. Assault, salt. We want to store the salt, don't we? And again, we can pop that there. U-shape onto that one. There we go, we can get plenty of salt on the way. I do like the animation of the evaporation pond. But also bringing up the salt stock very nicely. My control has no tower. We can't have that. Let's give you some more. Bro, there we are. Glass making is unlocked. Right, let's start that bad boy. Let's get rid of these yellow tabs. Yes, yes, yes. The glass maker, right. So we are going to need some more blast furnace set up. How are we going to do that? So if we slow the time down, let's go over there. You've got none either, crikey. Again, we certainly can't have that with you guys. There we go, that should mine all that area off nicely. So let's revisit so perhaps we can look to make the glass mix over here, but the production element could be the other side. That probably is our best bet. And again, we're already going to be running out of space, which isn't too good. So there, that one. So sand is the biggest element. Just trying to work out how that's going to look. If we put that there, cut that, flip that, pop that on there. That'll be the acid at least. Then we can go over there like so. We can then go like that and like that, with a view of one there, it's always the case, isn't it? Never going to win. Okay, there. Say limestone on that one, and sand on that one. So we'll build the acid pipe, that'll get that charged nicely. We'll just reactivate that one just as a contingency should we have no sulfur. So we've got 35 workers, we'll get that one built. And again we want huge amounts of the glass supply, or the glass mix I should say. Keep that tops. And that one. Right. There you go. Hopefully you're coming over here, which you appear to be. What we're doing for the iron then? We do need 8 pieces, so let's just go on that one, pause and pause. There we go, we've got our 8 pieces there, so can we get that transported sooner rather than later? Well, it's not 8, is it? 18. Nonetheless, that should be there. Yeah, I've got 30. Brill. That's also being loaded up very nicely. Right, so now we've started to build up a bit of a supply, so we can get some iron. Well, then pause that. So we'll boost that one. And that and that. Ow. Copper ore looks to be maintaining, which is good. Low supply of crude oil. Not so good. So let's just boost that. And that one we do know about. So although we've still got quite a bit of reserves left, again, just bear in mind that it's not an infinity supply, so you only have a small capacity, so in this case 72,000 litres or drums, whatever, of oil. Cannot fucking believe this. So I've got to do yesterday was to activate the recipe for the biomass. Essentially it's free fuel, so might as well get that transported over. So there's our glass mix there. Right, so we could do with, let's have a refresh on the glass production there. So molten glass mix. So coal. I'm just thinking it might not be the most efficient, but if we put our glass over here, we can make use of the coal belt. But then we have theoretically got the coal over here anyway, haven't we? Decisions. Okay. So I'm going to re-edit that tower to cover that area with a view of digging out said area. Not level 4. What's going on? Level 3. Throughout. There we go. So we are going to need another excavator, I think, just because we are so short. Let's do it. And we'll pause the iron just so we can get the excavator rocking and rolling. $30 over there. How many do we need? we'll upgrade that after we've got our excavator as well. Got plenty going on. Well, there we go. And that will mean we've got everything good to go, other than other than the glass production element, which I keep saying we're going to do, and I come away. I am going to do it over here, I've decided. So I like to think that things are symmetrical, so hopefully that is. Eventually, perhaps we can, as opposed to having to rebuild that, we can just utilise this with this setup. That might be useful. That'll give us an extra one. That could work. Yeah, let's keep it like that. I'm thinking the coal can be the second layer. Frustrating. Alright, so let's just select that so the recipe shows. Again, we'll just flip that over. So we've got the smokestack where we need it to be. Oh, not this again. There we are, put that like that. How do we do it on the other one? One out and one across. Okay, so one out, one across. Not like that. There. One out, one across. Across, across. There. Smokestack. Plonk that there. Flip that ready for whatever we need to make next. And there we go, right, so we've got that. The slag can be emptied manually initially. Molten channel. How many does this produce? Let's have a double check. 24. And that takes 24. Brill. Something like that. Molten channel. And then we can go here. Up. There. Like so. What I'll do is take it back one. We'll go over here if we can, if it lets us. What's it playing silly buggers for? Right. We'll do something like that, and then we'll have a small. There we go. That should, in theory, then make everything good. Storage over here. And that'll be our glass. Conveyor belt that one together. Bang. Bish bash bosh. So this should work, he said. Do we say it was going cold top or bottom? We'll go bottom, why not? Conveyor belt. That one. And again, we'll just trim off the edges there. Again, we'll trim that one, reverse that belt, and we can trim off. I'm not going to trim it all, we'll just do it like that. Again, we'll flip that. And that should be all good. Right, glass mix in that one, coal in that one. We can put our slag in that one, but we'll empty it. Now this is where we're going to run out of staff quite rapidly, because we've got 8 in that one, 6 in that one, which will give us 14, and we've got what, 30. Get all these belts built nicely. Nowhere to dump product, so let's just extend that to that area there. Thermal distillation brew, get rid of that. We've cleared that one, and we're aware of that one. Yeah, so let's remove the boost. You know what I've done. We've not unpaused those. Or those. That is silly, Nathan. So we could boost. I'm not going to, because then that'll leave us short again. Okay, let's just leave it like that. Let it run through. No, we want glass mix in that one. Keep that one full. And again, keep that full there. So we'll pause the belts just here. Just let our construction parts build up. And again, we'll just multiply our speed there as well. Brilliant. So our first lot of glass should be coming through shortly. And there we are. Alright, our excavator is good to go. Let's put that back over there. Bang, 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 bang. Where are you going? Come on. Right, so presumably that can't head over there for some reason. Probably because of the pipes. Righty-ho. How will we fix this? What we can do is put a small vehicle ramp somewhere like this. Once we've got rid of that, bang, bang, bang. Down, under, up and across. There we go. But also the excavator in the distance there should hopefully start to build. What on earth are you doing? That's not what I asked you to do that. Come on. There we go. Just get that up and running. And the water should be flowing nicely. So let's pop that up there. Can hear the excavator at least. Here we are. So where is the truck? There and there. Is that... no. Let's just help that speed up and connect it to that. That's a priority now as opposed to that one. And then by removing that, that should give us a bit of an access path. Not really doing big scoops, are you, Mr. Excavator? So that should start to excavate all that mound there. which again will give us a bit more space for any additional industry around there. So we've got no more harvester facilitated areas, so just get rid of those ones, they're in the way, so are those. Mind control has no area to do. So there we go, those trucks and excavators should get to work and start dumping pronto. Lucelet of sand. Right, ideal. That should be building up our glass stock nicely, which indeed it seems to be doing. So let's just have a look at our glass. So assembly 3 is needed, as well as vehicle parts, steel, glass, which makes vehicle parts 2. So our vehicle parts 2 is that one there. Okay, so we can go straight out somewhere like so. Copy one of those. Bang. And we want to make vehicle parts 2. Get that built. Vehicle parts 2. And then we can hopefully look at starting production with these bad boys. So what does that need? 80 construction parts 2. Plenty of steel. And 40 for the truck. So I'm thinking that we do start a bit more on the truck side. The research. What research do we want to do next? Let's have a look. Might as well go water recovery and fertilizer. We can look at wheat farming, I think. So we're out of iron again. How so? Get that all boosted. So we've now unlocked nap there, and again we can utilise that a bit later on. Out of acid, that is not good. Why are we out of acid? Ugh, that little beast there again. So we'll accept the ammonia there, which in turn will get that moving. And there we go. So it's amazing really, isn't it, just how that little one piece that wasn't constructed just there has a knock-on effect in that the sulfur wasn't produced, couldn't produce the acid, which then doesn't produce the sand mix, which then stops the vehicle parts. So you can see how it is one big massive puzzle really, and if you take the eye off the ball, you literally can go into various different directions very, very quickly. So the ship has also been upgraded now with the armor plating, so again we should be able to send that on its way. Crew still loaded, good. So let's go and send that somewhere like so. So the sand, as you can see there, is being carved now, and we do get through the sand supplies very, very quickly. Low construction parts there. Mine control tower has no bits and bobs. And again, we'll just flatten that off there, I think. Not enough maintenance, yes we're aware. Loose, yes we're aware. And yes we're aware. So the ship's in battle. We should win that one. 1500 over 1000, as if by magic. Look, you can see, bang, bang, bang. Ideal, happy days, victory. So we've discovered a sulfur mine. We've acquired 10 rubber and 19 copper. Brill. The vehicle is broken as it lacks maintenance. Not too good. That's because we're out of coal completely, isn't it? Come on, get that coal underway. Brill, there we are. So whilst that's all ongoing, we've got our glass finally at full production, and then we've got some vehicle parts also. So quick deliver our first little truck, or not so little as the case may be. So we've got 76 vehicle parts. We can either have perhaps 2 extra vehicles, or 1 large excavator. Choices. And there is our first large truck. What's that going to do? Chuck it over the edge. So we're now in the stage where the maintenance is breaking down, which is not good. Just need to get the coal supply up and running pronto. So this is where we could do with the sorting plant right now. So again, we might as well turn off all the Unity here because we can't use it. Yeah, I'm going to go for the large excavator. We'll quick build that one, and then we'll put the large excavator on the coal mine. And what I like about the excavator is pretty much one scoop is one of these trucks full. Bang. Water recovery, yes. Low supply of vehicle parts. Tree harvester has no trees to harvest. That we can fix. Although how... What? No trees to harvest? You've got plenty of trees to harvest. Low rubber. Again, that's going to be due to the coal. Hopefully, though, that should be sorted sooner rather than later with... Not that one. Come on. Here we go. And there she is. So, send her over. You're going to be mining for coal. Look at that fly. So the power production, again, we're cutting it fine. We're not, it's just we've broken down. Right, get that up and going. So this is going to get very, very tricky. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut down the lines there to construction parts. We'll get everything focused purely on the mechanical parts, just so we can get things up and running once more. Get everything focused through there and boost that. Why is the coal situation not improving? Let's get you back up and running. Right, so we are lifting up slightly, which is good. Hello, I think we've got a viewer on YouTube, so hello. So once we get these mechanical parts sorted, hopefully we should get out of this death spiral sooner rather than later. Because this, as you can see, if you take your eye off the game for literally a few seconds, causes all sorts of problems. So this is why I tend not to play on 3 times speed, because you have issues similar to this, which take a bit of a while to get out of. So once we start building up the coal supply once more, which is starting to be the case, it will feed the iron, which will in turn feed the mechanical station. So for those watching, I hope you're having a great evening. Please let me know if you've ever played this game, or if you're interested. So I just need to get these trucks moving. Come on. Boost that, get that rocking and rolling. That's it, send it on. So it should start piling up soon. So we never had an alert on there, so let's do that. And again, we'll do the same for that one. We are certainly failing miserably on this bit now, aren't we? So our maintenance parts are coming up nicely. Brill. Brill. So our maintenance is now up, which will keep all the trucks running. Glass is full, so we will get a couple of these trucks on the go. So again, that was another close call. Yes, yes, yes. So what we can do is remove the boost on that one. We'll pause that one. That one and that one. Just to get everything up and running again. Yeah, could do with one of these excavators being upgraded, really, couldn't we? But hey ho. In fact, we'll do that. How's the copper coming along? So I was thinking about putting one of the iron ore excavators onto the copper, but I don't think we'll need it, so we'll just get rid of them. We can dismiss that. So we are at capacity in terms of a settlement. We've only got 9 workers available, so we will need to clear or claw some of those back. 3 times speed, low supply of food, that's fine. We've still got a month, 12 months, sorry. What would be good? So there's going to be a lot of sand and rock in this bit here, but it'd be nice to sort of excavate the whole of that. But that's going to be some work. I suppose we could make use of some of this land over here. So that will take up 12. In fact, let's just send the ship out. I'm thinking about taking the crew off of that. So the iron ore's still not really improving, which isn't too great. So we're waiting for vehicle parts. What's that going to be? Another 14, 24 even. Can't do the maths. Clearly late at night. Let's scrap that one so we get a vehicle and driver back. And again, we will scrap that one also. Location explored. Our ship has discovered a damaged cargo ship. Vehicle parts, copper and rubber. Hooray. Go home. So we are starting to expand slowly. Again, Rome was not built in a day, one would say. So the coal is sorted. So again, Unity is slow. Let's just boost that. We don't want to get into that cycle again. No research. What do we want? Vehicle management. We're fine on the cap. Water saving, quarantine, health boost. Yeah, we might as well get that underway. Everything else this side is all sorted. What do we need to do after that, perhaps? We might as well look at that. So it's still at 56. What's it waiting for? It's going to be waiting for mechanical parts, isn't it? Yes. So we can pause the research line. I'd much rather it go to the vehicle part. So we've got 4 on there, and we need, what did we say? 24. So we want that one. No, we want that one to be producing. What? Right, vehicle parts. Why can I not fathom what this is trying to tell me? Off. Reduce that. Allow equipment on that one. No, it's definitely that one. Mechanical parts. There. That one. Is that gonna work? Hey, yes it is. Right, okay, we can keep it like that. And there she is. So you over there. And then we can send. Remove one of those. You've got nothing, and we'll scrap you. Mind control won't let us dump anything, so let's once more extend that. And set you to iron ore. That's assigned. Bang. So again, we'll slow down the time. Rightio. We'll put a large truck on there just to keep that loaded. We'll see how that goes. Let's load them up. Bang, bang, bang. Send that for scrap, I think, as well. So it's so much better. The original game, they only loaded up, as in the lorries would only take one type of ore at a time. So for example, if you had the slightest amount of dirt in the back of that truck, it wouldn't load any more up, so it'd have to go all the way over potentially with one unit of ore to dispose. So it's much better now. It does load up multiple types. And there we go, chewing through. Yeah, this is what I didn't want, to put a big truck on it, so I'm going to take that off. Get another 4 and then we'll get one built again. Come on. Now we're doing with the coal. Again, we might as well get rid of you. Save on the diesel. Brill, so there we go, another truck going. So we actually achieved what we set out to do in the beginning of this stream today, which was get our level 2 vehicles up and running. So in order to do that, we had to set up the glass manufacturing process, which is up and running there. And again, in order to get this process running, we had to get the glass mix process set up, which we did so all the way over here. And we've obviously got our sand pile sort of mining process set up here, which will extend all the way out to the rock. I'll take his tickety boo. And again, we've got enough lime so we can drop one of those off. Food is looking a little sparse. Can we send them out back? Ship's too damaged. 190. Okay, so I've got some iron. Oh, brilliant. So I think what we'll do is we shall wrap this stream up there. We've been streaming for the best part of an hour and 20 odd minutes. So hopefully that has given you some use and some entertainment. As ever, if you have found this stream informative, entertaining in any way, albeit again we've had no one in the live chat unfortunately today, which always makes these sort of streams difficult. Again, it's a bit easier to chat with people, etc. So if you're fortunate enough to catch me on a future live stream, again please join us, jump in, like, subscribe and follow and all that good stuff, and I shall see you on the next one. Thanks for checking me out.